Hello everyone, I am Srija Rudra, Assistant Professor, CRC Department, MLR Institute of Technology. Now, in this lecture, I would like to discuss about model for network security. Here, it's clearly given in the diagrammatic representation how a message is transferred from a sender to a receiver, and in between what communication channel is used and what opponent is doing when the message is transferred from sender to receiver. So overall, here how the network security is being provided for the message or the information that is being transferred through the channel is being discussed. See, in this diagram, you can clearly see that message is transferred from one party to another across some sort of internet. Here, the two parties in this transaction must communicate with each other for the exchange of data from the sender to the receiver. So here they are using the communication channel as TCP/IP. Here, the security aspect comes during information transmission from the opponent. Here, the opponent may present some threats to the confidentiality and authentication and so on. So here we are having two components to provide the security. One is the first thing is encryption of the message. So when you are encrypting the message from the sender and you're sending that encrypted message to the recipient, the opponent cannot understand it because the encrypted message means it is an ununderstandable manner and there is no meaning for that. So there is a chance that opponent cannot understand it and confidentiality will be maintained. The second one is addition of code based on the contents of the message. So this helps to verify identify of the sender. Simply to say, here encryption key is used in conjunction with the transmission of the data to the other end. Uh, Here you can clearly see in this diagrammatic representation that a message is being transformed and here it is being encrypted. So it is called as a secured message and passed through this TCP/IP communication channel or information channel or any other internet source it might be, and opponent may have the chances to attack the data at this place. So here if the data is encrypted and then passed through the communication channel, again here at the other receiver end, it is again decrypted. There is a chances for the data to maintain its confidentiality. So in this way, we can provide the security for the network. So hope you understood clearly that how a message is being transferred from a sender to the receiver through this information channel, and this is the place where the opponent tries to hack the information. So here we need to provide the security for the information or the data. Next, for the above model, we can clearly understand that to design a suitable algorithm for a security transformation, and also we need to generate the secret information keys used by the algorithm. The third is to develop methods to distribute and share the secret information, and finally specify a protocol enabling the principals to use the transformation and secret information for a security service. Now let's see what is model for network access security. Here also in this diagrammatic representation, it is very clear that in general, in this model you can see which reflects the concerns for protecting the information system from the unauthorized access. We know what hackers try to do always. So when hackers are entering to the network, they might be doing many misleading activities for the data. Like hackers can be someone who simply gets satisfaction from breaking the entire computer system, or he may be an intruder who tries to damage the system for some financial assets also. So here you can clearly see opponent, either it may be a human being or a cracker or software virus or worm. And this is the access channel or TCP/IP communication channel. Here you can find a gatekeeper function, and then finally the information system where the data, process and software, everything is included. So for this model, what you require is we need to definitely select an appropriate gatekeeper functions to identify the user. That means here this gatekeeper function is very much important. So if here you are identifying the authorized data, I mean authorized users in a correct format, then there will not be an attack of the hacker. So this is very much important for, and this gatekeeper function must be an appropriate one in order to identify the user whether he is an authorized user or unauthorized user. So the next thing is to implement security controls to ensure only authorized user access designated information or resources. And trusted computer systems may also be useful uh, to help implementation of this model. That is obvious that if the computer systems are trusted, then definitely security will be provided for that network. In that way, we can provide a network access security. Thank you. If you're having any doubts regarding this, you can ask me in the comment box.